Hi, I'm just doing a very quick tutorial to show you how I prepare my pattern pieces. I often tell you what I do, but I've never shown you. And for some of you, I know you like to actually see it being done to fully grasp what I mean. Plus, I'm not always the best at explaining things. So what I do is I cut all the pattern pieces out. And if, for example, there's a pattern piece that says fold, I print the pieces that we need twice, and I'll show you what I mean. This, for example, this pattern came in 2 pieces which I joined together, but it also says fold, so I printed both pattern pieces twice so that then I can join them together like so. Now this was too big to put in an A3 sheet, so I didn't join them together yet. It's also too big to keep in my A3 folder, which I'll show you. Here's one of my A3 folders, and if the piece was joined, it would just be horrendously long. So I laminate the pieces separately, and then I buy this medical tape by the bucket load, and it's really good. It's the sort of strong plasticky type feeling one. It says Transport inside it, and I just tear some off, and then I use it to join the 2 pieces, and I carefully line them up, which is very difficult to do in this situation. But this is more of a demonstration than accuracy here. So I join the pieces together. I put another piece on the back, and it's ready to go. Then this I lay on the fabric, rather than folding the fabric and not getting a completely accurate cut. And then I can either fold it and put it away in my file or remove the tape, but I find folding it is fine. I used to overlap one of the pieces and then lay it on top, but then I couldn't fold it. So this is what I do. And I do actually put more tape on to cover all the way around. So that's it with that pattern piece. This is how it comes out of the printer, really stiff. The laminator. Now I use this laminating machine, and it laminates up to 125 micron per leaf, and that means this is 1 leaf, so it's 250 microns, and this does 250 microns. So you need to make sure that you get a laminator that can do the right thickness, and the higher the micron, the better it is. And then what I do before I laminate anything, I make sure I put all the pieces in the laminating sheets as best as possible, like so that I'm not using more than I need to. I try and fit all the pieces in neatly and get as many pieces as I can into the laminating sheets. The other thing I also do, I'm not brilliant at getting this dead on straight. Sometimes it can be just slightly off, and that slight off, as it goes through, gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and before you know it's buckling on this side. So I always trim about 1 inch off the edge. It works better for me to do that. And then you place the sealed end in first, and then it will take it away. And because I've got this odd piece at the end here, I just like to hold it to make sure it's not going to slip out. So it laminates through, and a lot of people used to think, well, surely if you're cutting next to the paper, it'll open up. It actually laminates the paper. It adheres to the paper, so it doesn't ever open up. I buy very high quality laminating sheets. If you buy the thin cheap ones that are sort of 60 or 80 microns, then yes, they're not very strong and they can open up. So you do need to invest in a good laminator and a good laminating sheets. It is worth doing if you do a lot of bags, and I do. And if you like to do the same pattern more than once. I never used to, but when you're selling bags, you often might find that people want the bag you bought more. So you end up doing it more than once. And then what I do is, it's very simple, just to cut them out. I never use my dressmaking scissors because obviously this is hard plastic. And I cut close to the line, and it cuts really nicely. And I carry on doing that, as you can see. And so on. And what I find sometimes is that once I've prepared everything, I've got a few pieces left over that aren't worth filling an A3 sheet. So I just fill an A4 sheet. With the same microns, still as strong, and I just put that through. Now I've been doing this for over a year and a half, 2 years maybe, and I have now got 3 of these big folders chock-a-block full, and they weigh a ton. I mean, that's my least empty, that's my smallest folder. But if I show you here, we open it up and we've got them all sat in there. And what I do is, I try, when I file them, I leave a blank leaf in between, so that if I print a pattern off, because I do them alphabetically, if I print a pattern off that is in the middle of, 2 folders, then I can just slot it in. If I have to move it sometimes to fit one in, then I do. I just move them, it's not a problem. And it's telling me it's not happy about something. I think it's overheating. I have had it on for a while, so I'll finish printing this one, laminating this one, and turn the machine off. So I'm sorry about the bleeping noise. And that's a good thing as well, obviously. It does have an alarm on it if it's getting overheated. So I just turn it off, leave it for 20 minutes, half an hour, and then continue. I've only got the one more sheet to do anyway. So that's it. That's how I do my laminating, my patterns. And it makes them really nice to draw around. They're very stiff. So you lay them on the fabric, and they are very hard to draw round or even cut round. So they make your pattern cutting very accurate. So that's it. That's as simple as that. I think I've told you everything. So as I said, I got an A3 laminator. I buy laminating sheets. It says 2 times 125 mic, which means that each laminating sheet is 250. And I buy the same ones in A4, and you can get them in A5 as well. And that's it. You've got to make sure that your laminator can do up to the right temperature, the 125 microns. And away you go. And you get patterns that are stored to use over and over and over. You don't have to keep printing them off. And happy days. So I hope you like this little tutorial. And I will come back with more soon. Happy stitching, everyone. Bye.